Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.
Hello. There we are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be back with you guys on another beautiful day here in the Chicagoland area. It's supposed to get up to 65 degrees tomorrow here in Chicago, but we are being warned that this extremely great weather that a lot of people are experiencing, as you know, it has caused tornadoes, unseasonably different weather. I have been told that we're in for a really rough winter of mild extremes, bitter cold, and then warm-ups. Bitter cold, then warm-up. So have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. Our favorite physician, Dr. Janet Seabrook, is back with us tonight. She's a noted family medicine practitioner. Try saying that really fast. She'll be here tonight to talk to us about COVID-19, all the latest updates, and everything we need to know about the booster shots, because the COVID cases are going back up in the United States, and especially here in the Chicagoland area. And with her being in Indiana, she can give us the take on that as well, too. Our co-host is the amazing Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Good evening, Kay Renee. How are you? And good to see you tonight.
Good evening, Chat Daddy, and good evening to our viewing audience. It's Tuesday. Can't believe we're 11 days out now.
11 days out from what?
Christmas.
Oh, okay. Right. I mean, 11 days out from what now? Oh, yeah. 11 days out from Christmas. Yes. I was out and about today. And I must admit, for us to be 11 days out, I think most people may wait to this final weekend to do a lot of their holiday shopping. But I did not see very many people out like that in mad droves. I was able to get parking spaces everywhere I went. Shopping carts are kind of like at a limit. I don't know if people are taking them home or if they all are broken. Yeah, I went to several places where shopping carts had become like, we sent them out to the lot looking for them. Yeah, right. I don't know. So just weird in many different ways. Right. And also coming up on tonight's show, we're going to talk about easy and simple holiday DIYs that you can do to give people during this season. So yes, that ought to be a lot of fun. All right, Kay Renee, what else is going on with you right now before we get into these COVID numbers?
Just, as you said on the top of the show regarding this weather, I just get very nervous when we're in the midst of December here in Chicago and you hear 60 degrees. To some Chicagoans, they're like, ooh, heat wave. I get very nervous. And
right. Because that's how the tornadoes ended up going through those 7 states, the warm and humid weather, and it caused a clash. And that's what they're saying. Our weather, all of this has to do with climate change and just a lot of different things. So, okay, very good. Well, seeing that we are a health and wellness show, I thought I'd give you guys the latest COVID-19 update numbers. Illinois public health officials announced today 7,390 new confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19. Unfortunately, we had 28 additional fatalities as a result of the COVID-19. There have been now a total of 1,911,649 total cases in the state of Illinois, which now includes 26,934 deaths since the beginning of the pandemic. As of Monday night, last night, 3,228 patients were reported to be in Illinois hospitals battling COVID-19. Of those patients, 743 patients are in the ICU, 368 are on ventilators. And Chicago is averaging 900 or more cases a day, and it has been like that for the last 7 days. Wow. And just Monday alone now, I told you how many we had today, 7,390. Yesterday, we reported that we had, hold on one second, it's right here in my notes, 4,500. So look at the jump in the last 24 hours since we did this show.
And I have a feeling it's not going to decrease. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Right. I'm wondering, we'll talk a little bit about, they're going to put some mitigations back in place. There are going to be some things that they want to see happen with people dining out and things like that. I told you, I'm wondering, have we become a little bit too free just because you've been vaccinated? Just because you've gotten a booster shot, does that really keep us immune from this virus? And that's something I want to ask Dr. Janice Seabrook tonight.
Me too, because you would think if you're getting the booster shot, if you're doing the right things, you want to be a little lax, but I think overall a lot of people are a lot lax. And this is why with this new variant it's so transmissible so quickly, you have to be very aware.
Yes, you do. Okay, very good. With that being said, across the state, hospitalizations continue to rise and outbreaks are happening in just numerous sports teams. I was looking at the news today where they were saying more sports teams have had more cases to break out. Am I still having audio problems, you guys? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me, Kay Renee?
I can hear you fine, Chad Daddy.
Okay, well, Melda said we're having audio problems.
Interesting.
All right, well, Melda, let us know if we're still having them. I can hear you clearly, Kay Renee. So,
I can hear you as well.
Okay, all right, then we'll continue on. What do you have? Let's see. Oh, here's another thing. Chicago Public Schools will distribute 150,000 take-home COVID-19 testing kits. This is to encourage parents to have their students tested by December 28th or on December 28th so that they're able to be back in school on January 2nd. Parents who receive the take-home test can drop them off at a FedEx drop-off location the same day. CBS uses the COVID Vulnerability Index to determine where the tests will be distributed. So in high populations of COVID numbers, if the school has had a lot of cases, if the area code, that type of thing, all schools that are designed as, designated as high risk or medium risk, the students will get a take-home test. What do you think about that?
I honestly think it should be distributed to all Chicago public school students, because I believe the population is 400,000.
Right.
So my thing is, what happened to the other 250,000 students? So if you're going to do that for 150, you should do it for every student, and that's just
which is true. Right. Which is I agree with you on that as well too. All right. Well, now, would you be upset if you had to show proof of vaccination to get in a restaurant, or if you're someone who has not been vaccinated yet, or, don't want to get the vaccination, but in order for you to be able to dine in an indoor restaurant in the city of Chicago, do you think that'll fly?
Well, I mean, for me, that's a no-brainer. So since I've been vaccinated, I will proudly show it. If they have certain rules, any establishment, if they say you got to wear face covering, face mask, you don't wear it, like no shoes, no shirt, no service,
right?
No mask, no vaccination card, no nada, no service.
Right.
It's the same thing. I mean, we're living in different times now, and people have to protect themselves, and businesses have to protect themselves, and ultimately the bottom line. So,
which is true. All right. Well, for those of you all that have thought about traveling this holiday season, guess what? Chicago has now added 2 more states back onto the Chicago travel advisory as of Tuesday. This now brings the number of states on the city's warning list to 42 states plus the District of Columbia. This is leading right up into the Christmas holiday season. As you guys all know, California and Mississippi were added back to the advisory this week. And with that being said, city health officials at the Public Health Department announced no states were removed. Chicago Department of Public Health Commissioner Dr. Allison Arwady said that the increase in states comes as the country is surging again. As of Tuesday, every state or territory except for Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Louisiana, Puerto Rico, South Carolina, Texas, the Virgin Islands are on the travel advisory. Every other state except those places.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Well, we love Hawaii, and unfortunately, hopefully they've recovered from that huge downpour, a deluge of rain they experienced earlier this
Yes.
month. So I wouldn't
Right.
mind going to Hawaii, but that's just a long flight ride.
Yep, it is, but it's a beautiful place and it's well worth going to visit.
I agree.
Absolutely. Very good. All right. So what do you have in the news bag tonight?
Well, interestingly enough, we're gonna, kind of switch gears and talk about one of our favorite actors who's no longer with us, Chadwick Boseman. But apparently, his brother, there's been talk about should the role of T'Challa be recast, and a lot of people are saying no because that was an iconic role for Chadwick. But apparently, his brother Derek feels it should be recast.
Really?
They do Black Panther 2, which is scheduled to be released in November 2022. Now, they've been having some issues with this, the sequel, because you heard about Letitia Wright, who played Chadwick's sister. She's not right. She's not willing to be vaccinated, and she was injured during a very dangerous stunt. And so it's just really interesting that Chadwick's brother, Derek, feels that the role of T'Challa should be recast. And he even said if Chadwick were alive, he would want it to be recast. I don't know. There's certain actors that we know, that we love. They've had these iconic roles. And if something happens to them, you wonder, should they ever recast? And I'm trying to think of a role where Bruce Lee, for instance, if he had, and he's, well-known martial artist, and, if he was in a movie and they were going to do a sequel and of course he died, I don't know if I would want anyone else to play the lead character but Bruce Lee. So I'm kind of on the fence on this. I mean, Chadwick was just exceptional in Black Panther. I don't know who could really play that. And to be quite honest, if you're an actor, how would you feel? Right?
Right.
Stepping in that person's shoes, that would be just kind of nerve-wracking to me. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I was thinking that a new character would come along, a new somebody that we would fall in love with, a new someone to be our hero, but always remembering Chadwick's character, always referencing, always, you know what I'm saying? What a great leader, what a great, because no, I don't know if I necessarily would want to see somebody else playing an iconic symbol and role that Chadwick had. So I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on that situation too.
So it'll be even interesting because, the director, Ryan Coogler, when Chadwick passed, they had a conversation, between the powers that be to say, okay, what we're going to do about this character. So they're making no reference. And I think it would do, if they go that route, I think it would do the movie an injustice and a disservice. You have to mention T'Challa at some point in the sequel. However you mention it, he needs to be mentioned. So it will be interesting to see if they can top what happened in the original Black Panther.
Yes. Okay. I agree with you 100%. I apologize, you guys. I'm having lighting issues tonight, so I'm seeming a little light, a little dark. I think it has to do with my top. But I apologize. I'm trying to adjust the lights as we're talking tonight to make sure I can get this light quality a little bit better for you guys. All right. What else we got in the mailbag tonight?
Well, this is something when you sent to me, I was kind of surprised that she had not had her name trademark, but apparently MC Light, who a lot of us know is, the first, what was that one called? The first queen of hip hop, but she's very well known.
Light as a rock, baby. Light as a rock.
But she gets her official iconic name trademark after 35 years. And can you imagine someone else owned her name, trademarked her name?
Yes,
And when
yes, yes.
that person finally let it go, she snapped up on that, and and I saw the Instagram post of her receiving the trademark. And she was just so, you could tell it was a surreal moment for her.
Oh,
But
absolutely. And she looks great. She's
oh my
changed her
god,
look and all of that.
yes.
Absolutely. Right.
And for those who don't know who MC Light's real name is, does anyone in our viewing audience know who her real name is? We know, but we want to ask you: do you know who her real name is?
Oh, that's interesting. Very good. All right.
Well, just in case you don't know, you don't have to Google it. I'll tell you. Her real name is Lana Michelle Moore. So,
Really?
yes, congratulations to Miss MC Light. And this is a lesson for all of us. If you have a brand, make sure if you can protect it, because that's what it's called, intellectual property.
Right.
So if there's something that you have an idea that you want to just put it to market, make sure you take care of those things first. Because believe me, if you feel it's valuable, trust and believe someone else feels it's valuable too.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You're right about that. That was good advice. Excellent advice. That's a DIY Christmas gift. There you go. You just told people what to do to help protect themselves. All right, what else we got in the mailbag tonight?
Wendy Williams.
Oh, Wendy.
Apparently, there's rumors that she's not going to return to her show. Now her
Right.
son, which I had no idea they've had a strained relationship. He just demonstrating tough love on Miss Wendy, saying, "Look, get your stuff together, get some help."
Right.
And I feel for her, because she talk about a brand. That woman has definitely built
Yeah.
a huge brand
Yes. A
throughout her
very
career.
iconic brand. Yes, she has.
Yes, but
Right.
apparently, I pray that her and her son can come together. I mean, this is the time of season that you want to express unconditional love towards your family, because you just never know. Given what has happened recently with the tornado tragedy that we've seen, just heart wrenching and devastating visuals of people just losing their lives and losing their homes. This is the time of year you really want to just come together and kind of purge whatever is going on in your life, because I wrote it in my Nugget blog this morning. Life is not promised, and do not
That's
take
right.
life for granted.
That's right. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. There's so much to say, but I just can't even formulate, the right words to say right now.
Yeah, so I just hope, as I said, there's been she's had guest co-hosts, Sherry Shepherd, Leah Remini. I think
Sherry Shepherd has done an outstanding job. I
I
love Sherry
know.
Shepherd.
I
She
do
did. She
too.
did it right. And Leah Remedy actually did great too. But I think Sherry Shepherd would definitely be in line to do her own talk show. I think she would. I think she's just really great at that. She has the experience, and she's happy about her new weight loss and
Oh
everything.
yes.
So yeah, very
And, and
good.
and let's not forget, Sherry's originally from the state of Illinois. She was born in Zion, Illinois.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we'll claim her as a Chicagoan. So yes,
That's right. Yes, very good. She our cousin from
she
Zion. Yeah.
she our cousin from Zion. That's
She
right.
our
That's
cousin
right.
from Zion. Right. Yes,
That's
very
right.
good. All right.
Yeah.
What else we got tonight?
I want to report a transition, and actually, I happened to see it with one of our dearest friends, Miss Tammy Gibson. Um, did you know we had a First Lady of Wall Street who was a sister? I remember her from way back when, but just didn't know what happened to this grande dame. But Miss Ernesta Procope, who was known as the First Lady of Wall Street, passed away at the age of 98. She passed away November 30th, but it was just recently announced yesterday. And just give you some,
Wow.
feedback about she was born Ernesta Gertrude Foster, and she's of Caribbean descent because her parents were from the West Indies, but
Yeah.
she started her company after her husband died, and her husband was E.G. Bowman,
Oh yeah.
and they launched an insurance company, and she became just really well known in Wall Street. And so The brokerage firm that she created, it was the largest black-owned and woman-owned insurance broker in the United States. They handled accounts like PepsiCo, GM, IBM, Kraft, and the New York City Housing Authority. So having those type of clients is going to elevate you to greatness and significant wealth. So
Yes.
she lived a full life. So our prayers go out to her family, but Ernesta Percope, the first lady of Wall Street.
Wow.
Now
Tell you, Renee, I have a great idea for you.
What?
You need to be the Sunday church announcement lady. You need to be, and you need to do the transitions. Like you just you do transitions so well that it's just wow, they died. Oh my God. Yes, thank you. Ashe to her. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, Ashe to Miss Ernesta. So, and that should be a little known Black History fact, y'all. So,
yes,
if you youngins are watching us now, that will be your homework assignment tonight. Go look up Miss Ernesta Percope, First Lady of Wall Street.
Very good. Yes, our condolences go out to her family. All right, what else do we have in the news, Ben, tonight?
We didn't. I was going to mention it last night, but you do remember I reported the story of the CEO from Better.com who laid off 900 employees via Zoom and was just really just kind of nasty. Well, guess what, Art? He suddenly he needed to take off some time. So he's not working right now. And I wonder why.
You think? Right. Yes.
So he's gotten and he said, he reminds me of when his statement said, "I said what I said." So it reminds me of another interesting person who has that iconic statement. But he even though he knows he feels bad because he got caught in the cookie jar, he still stands by his statement. So, I suspect, Art, that the board of Better.com, the board of directors, kind of let him know, listen, dude, our stock price going down. You didn't handle yourself as a leader. Take some time off and think about what you've done.
Yep. Did not handle that situation in the right manner. Did not. No.
So I'll be keeping up on this story because, coming from working in corporate America, it's just it's interesting. Even now, there's some companies who still don't give a damn about employees. And people don't understand that the greatest strength of your business is your employee.
That's right.
If you treat
building the clientele, doing the best customer service, going above and beyond for people, all of that.
Exactly. Yes. So, I'll be continuing on that story because I think he needs to redeem himself. When you're a CEO, you have to be, as our grandmas used to say, you better be above reproach. Because you're responsible for a lot of lives. And he should have shown better compassion, better empathy, because there is a way to do things. Maybe it's not in the best manner, that you have to let go so many people. But there's a dignified, decent way of communicating that news. And I just thought it was just horrible. Because I've been on that other side where being laid off, and it's not a fun feeling.
No, it's not. It's not. So I can't wait to see what the end result of all of this will be now that this, head power figure has been told to go take some time off. I'm sure a lot of butt kissing had to be done and a lot of, backpedaling about, getting people back. And because really that's a lawsuit in the making,
Yes, it is.
Yes, absolutely. All right. What else do we have tonight?
Well, we forgot to mention yesterday was National Cocoa Day, but today is Free Shipping Day. So for those folks of you trying to get things shipped, call the merchant up and say, do you know what day it is? It's Free Shipping Day. I should get my stuff shipped for free.
As well as today is the deadline to get things shipped at normal standard rates. So that's right. If you're going to do any online shopping, get that stuff done tonight. So you're able to get it done and have it and be in place. So yes, very good. Yes. All right. I love it. Do you still have any more online shopping you need to do?
I did my final shopping this afternoon.
Did you really?
I did, and I will tell you, as I said, we had for those who weren't able to tune in, our guest last night, who was wonderful. I shipped some of her products to my sister, my podcasting sister. So she'll be getting it before Christmas.
Oh, very nice. That's so
Yes.
wonderful. Products are just great. They
Oh
really
my
are.
goodness.
Yeah, she was
Yes.
great. Kevin was great last night. Just a
Yes.
heartfelt conversation and lesson they both shared with us and the audience. And I thought it was just incredible. All right, what else?
And we collected some money, so because they were preaching last night, so we
They
we
did.
had
They
the collection
did.
break.
Full chicken dinner with extra
That's
snacks for
right.
Kevin. That's right. And then she got elevated from, to
Usher to
associate pastor.
deaconess,
Yes, she
right?
did. Yes, she did. She worked that out last night. All right,
Yes,
what
she
else we got to
did.
talk about tonight?
I guess, I know we're going to be talking about this later in the broadcast, but, one thing I like about this season is you don't have to spend a lot of money to show people that you care.
Right.
Because to me, honestly, and don't get me wrong, I am a diva. Don't get that twisted. Please
Diva,
don't get it twisted,
divalicious,
y'all. And I do like
divalicious.
great gifts. But I also am the type of woman that I like thoughtful gifts. That you take the time. For instance, my brother, big brother, Chat Daddy, for my birthday, I was just truly touched in how thoughtful you were in each item that you presented to me. And that to me means more than now of course, if I got $1 million, I wouldn't be like, oh well, you could take it back now. I would definitely keep, but I think it's the little things that make the difference. And especially this is a time of year where you can be creative, that you can just show who you are. And so, I'm hoping that even though we are only 11 days away, really think about, ladies and gents, that Christmas starts from here. It
It
doesn't
does.
have to be celebrated on December 25th.
Right.
It
No,
should
it
be
starts right
celebrated
here. Yeah.
every day.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. We have a wonderful guest that will be joining us tomorrow night to talk about when you don't celebrate the Christmas
Yes.
season and how, people don't quite understand. We have a powerful guest. So I'll talk about that guest coming up in just a little bit. All right. Anything else we need to talk about?
No, just I'm looking forward to tomorrow's degree temperature at 60, but I'm not, because I know the aftermath of that. But let's just live in the now, enjoy the moment, and we'll see what happens 24 hours from now.
Very good. I agree with you 100%. You're absolutely right about that. We do want to remind everyone it is going to be upwards of 65 degrees in Chicago tomorrow. Please be careful. Do the right things. I can imagine what people will have on tomorrow. That also can set you up for getting sick. The common
Yes.
cold is on the uptick as well,
Yes, it
too.
is.
Coming up in just a few moments, we'll talk to Dr. Janet Seabrook, noted family medicine practitioner. Dr. Seabrook will talk to us about the latest updates with COVID-19, as well as how's everything looking with the vaccination shots. Because I got a feeling the mask thing is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
Yes.
you take it to the next level, Art. I mean, which I adore. I can't even come close. I still have my same mask, and there's a few I kind of deviate from. And I said, I'm gonna have to be like Chat Daddy when it comes to going out looking cute, have that mask ready. Because what, from a woman's point of view, and let's keep it real here, you really have to be creative. So you got to make sure those eyes, because it can be penetrating but looking fabulous, because everything
Yes.
else is covered, right?
Yes.
So,
Well, last year during the pandemic, whenever I saw masks on clearance for, holiday themed masks, I ended up getting some for $1, whatever. I saw ones that I thought were really wonderful and would match outfits that I already had. The ones that I wear around every day are nice, heavy cotton masks, and I love them. They're machine washable. I can breathe, talk in them. So, and then I have the paper black paper ones, if I'm doing something I need to have a disposable, that type of shit. But no, so far I love it, and I can match my outfit. So, I coordinate is what they say. Coordinate, baby, is what they say. Absolutely. Next Wednesday night is our annual holiday musical. We hope that you guys will join us next Wednesday evening as we serenade you and your family into the Christmas weekend. We have a lot of wonderful musical guests. I think we even have some spoken word that's going to happen next week. We have quite a few things that will be happening next Wednesday evening on our holiday show, which will be our last show into the new year. Yay, our last show until the new year. Next Wednesday night.
12/22.
Yeah.
12/22.
Yes, 12/22. And then we'll be on hiatus until the first of the year. So yay, very good. All right. So what else we got to talk about before our next guest joins us?
I'm always looking forward to talk to Dr. Janet. She is just a breath of fresh air, beautiful spirit, and tells it like it is. So I'm waiting for Dr. Janet to just come in with her sunshine and talk about, get real, talk about this variant, this new variant, the old variant, vaccination, all that.
Yes. Let me ask you this. How's everything coming with Conversations with K&K? Are you guys on this Saturday?
We are on this Saturday. In fact, I'll be talking with Kim tomorrow to solidify our guests, and that will be our last episode for 2021 because we're going to be started back January 1st because January 1st is on a Saturday. And so we will be, doing the same things that we did earlier this year. But again, I really want to give homage to you because, meeting Kim through your platform, through this show, I never would have guessed to launch a podcast so early. And, I shared this with Kim. I don't know if I told you this. January 1st, 2021, I said I want to do a podcast. And literally a month later, it happened. So it's still very surreal to me. The guests that we have had, the topics that we've discussed, they were truly candid. And we're definitely looking forward to really delving into more topics that people don't want to discuss, but they need to be discussed. So we'll be solidifying our show no later than tomorrow. So
very good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, you ladies have done some amazing things. You've grown with, by leaps and bounds of doing the show. Your passion is there, and just amazing how I was the vessel of getting all of that started is just really, I'm almost speechless. I'm just so glad it worked out for you ladies.
Remember what our spiritual mom always taught us, the Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman. Your life may be the only Bible that someone else reads. Mm-hmm. And you're living proof, Art.
Well, honey, they would have to probably put that Bible down several times because there's some chapters that they be like, my Lord.
See, now I'm trying
They be like, my Lord. They be like, my Lord. Clutch of thy pearls, my Lord. Right. So, yes, so. Lord, I don't know if I want my life to be a Bible now. I don't know. Now, it could be a manual for a few things, but I don't know if I want my life to be a Bible of oh, my Lord. Yes. Yes. I don't, the book of Clutch Thy Pearls, right?
Oh, goodness.
The good book of Clutch Thy Pearls. I don't know. I really don't. Oh, my God. Well, thank you. Yes. Well, all right. If anybody want to read my Bible,
there you go.
Oh boy.
So you gotta drink some tea after that one, huh?
You need a little more than tea for that one, but okay. I appreciate you for that, though. That is beautiful. No, I'm like, Lord, you want to read thy Bible? Okay.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Well, we're waiting on Dr. Janet Seabrook to join us in just a couple of seconds. Other than that, if you guys have not subscribed to The Real Chat Daddy Show, please do so. Facebook, YouTube, The Real Chat Daddy Show. Easy, free, simple, does not cost you anything. Greatly would appreciate your support. The more likes we get, the more the show is noticed, and other things can happen for the show as well too. Believe it or not, we've recorded over 300 shows, I think it is. Next Wednesday, we're going to celebrate the milestone as a part of our holiday celebration. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we have.
As they say, 300?
300. 300. We done did 300. Yes,
wow.
we have.
All right. That's amazing.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
Hello,
God
Joseph. Good evening,
Hi,
Joseph. Glad to have you here. What you cooking tonight, Joseph? Joseph makes some good comfort meals. I follow him on social media, and he makes great comfort meals. Yes.
Ooh, wonderful. I can't 300 art?
I think it's been that many. I need to see. Yeah, because if we did, we've done 1 year. Right. 4 times 52 is what?
210. No, 210. Yeah, 210.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's been just about close to, but yes, I'll have to. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was brought to my attention the other day, the number of shows that we have completed.
Excellent.
Yes. Yes. Joseph said, what did he say? Joseph said, I heated up some frozen mac and cheese from Thanksgiving. It was the bomb. Oh, wow. You know what, Joseph? That's too funny. I'm thinking about doing some dressing tonight. I had a taste for my dressing again, and I put some of it in the freezer.
All right now.
Right.
That's a good thing.
All right. Dr. Seabrook is having some technical difficulty, so let's see if we can get this to her right away.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see. If not, we may have to reschedule this.
Oh no.
I know. Well, you know we love her, so.
Absolutely.
Right. There she is. I just heard the bing ding ding.
Okay. Yay!
There she is. There she is. We just love her. We do. Yes, we Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we'd like to welcome our guest this evening, someone who we just love and adore. She takes time to come and talk to us in layman's terms about everything that is going on with our health, and especially with this COVID-19, and how we should be all very vigilant about fighting and taking care of this. She is a noted family medicine practitioner. She is also the president of Community HealthNet Health Centers of Northwest Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to check out her hairstyle tonight too, because she always rocking something different. Yes, the one and only Dr. Janet Seabrook. Hey, Yay! Doc.
I'm speechless. Okay. The devil was busy trying not to let me get in tonight. And I said, it's not going to work. You're behind me saying you're not going to get to me tonight.
Oh, we love you, Doc. We love you. How you doing? Happy holidays.
Thank you so much. I love you too.
How are you?
So much. Happy holidays to you both.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Hey, Renee, how are you?
I'm good, sweetie. How are you?
Uh-oh. Is she freezing up?
She's a little frozen.
You're a little frozen.
The devil was busy.
I see. Look, Doc, K. Renee just made the statement that sometimes, K. Renee, say your statement again, and then that's why the doc will know the devil is busy. So wait, say your statement again.
I said that your life may be the only Bible that someone else reads.
And you saying the devil is busy.
But I said, Satan, get behind me, because I'm getting on this show tonight.
All
we
right.
love you, Doctor. We do. Well, Doc, we are back.
I might have to move again.
That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. We're glad to have you here. Listen, so we're back up in a bad situation with COVID. Give us the latest update on what we need to know. And I want to talk about the new variant. Uh-oh.
No, she's walking.
I know she's walking now. She's searching. Yes. I know these signals are me tonight. That's all right. That's all right. We just glad. Look at the Christmas tree.
Oh, I love the tree.
Right. I love the tree. Right. We should have did. Oh, fabulous. Much better. Can you hear us?
I have to say about COVID.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, I can. Okay. So tonight we really need to think about the number of people who are vaccinated right now in the United States. We have about 61% of population, adult population, that are vaccinated, fully vaccinated with at least two of either Moderna or Pfizer or one of the Johnson and Johnson. So what we're trying to do now is encourage more people to get their teenagers, 12 and above, and our 5 to 11-year-olds vaccinated. Right now, in the United States, currently, we have about 15.2 million children 12 and above who have received at least one dose of the vaccine, COVID vaccine. And then we have about 4.8 million or 5 million children 5 to 11 who have received the vaccine. It is going to be very important that we continue to encourage and educate families in particular, families that especially want to gather during this holiday season for Christmas and for New Year's, to encourage people who are fully vaccinated, who received two doses, to go back and get a booster, or if they've received one dose of the Johnson & Johnson, to go and get their booster. If they have children, to start the series now. We're going heavily into the flu season, but COVID is no joke. It's not going anywhere. The hospitals are starting to fill back up again. And now we're dealing with and I'm going to say this slowly so everybody can understand it and they'll be able to pronounce it. Omicron. Omicron.
Omicron.
Omicron.
Omicron.
Just break
Omicron.
it down phonetically,
Okay.
just like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, me.
Right.
Omicron.
Omicron. Okay.
Now,
Omicron.
this variant, although cases have not been severe, it is very highly transmittable. And what does that mean? That if someone has that variant and they're in a room with people who have been fully vaccinated, they can also pass that on to people who have been fully vaccinated, who may end up with just a mild case, but still end up with COVID. And I don't think that anybody wants to be laid up either at home or in the hospital during the holidays. I know I don't. So I'm asking everyone who is listening to my voice right now to please get vaccinated. We have this highly transmissible variant that is running through the United States right now. It's in over 30 states. It's not in Indiana yet, but that doesn't mean that it won't show up sometime during the holidays. We're surrounded by it right now. It's in Illinois. There are Omicron cases in Illinois, Michigan, and Ohio. So right now, Indiana, Tennessee, and Kentucky are safe. But remember, we just had that terrible tornado in Kentucky. So there are going to be people that are going to be looking for shelter. They're going to be with people who are outside of their bubble. So we might start to see spikes of COVID, not only the Delta, but Omicron in Kentucky, where they had that devastating tornado.
Doctor, just powerful information you're sharing with us. Kay Renee and I both are fully vaccinated. We both have been boosted, but I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to let Kay Renee speak for herself, but I'm still in fear, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why I went on and got boosted is that I have been invited to quite a few things. I've been hosting a couple of in-person events, but what should I do now to really protect myself even more at these events?
I'm actually concerned about people, especially people who are immunocompromised, going to events. You should try to protect yourself as much as possible. Keep your mask on if you're not at a restaurant or you're not eating or drinking. I would keep my mask on. Continue to use hand sanitizer. Continue to use the distancing and all of those things that we've been talking about all of this time. It's going to be very important for people to do that. I'm just concerned that people are going to, because this has been going on so long, we're going into, coming to the conclusion of a 2-year period. Right. Mm-hmm. With this now going into year 3 in 2022. And I just feel like people are just going to say, you know what, I give up. I'm tired. I don't want to keep doing this. And every time, I promise you, we let our guard down, it comes back. and it starts to surge again. Hospital workers are exhausted. They're getting tired. People are just people who have to deal with this on the front lines on a daily basis. It is truly exhausting.
Wow. Kay Renee, I know you have a question for the doctor.
No, I'm just getting this master class that Dr. Janet always provides us whenever she's on the show. You know, the one thing I was mentioning to Art in the studio audience, our viewing audience, I should say, because I got boosted on Sunday, and I think a lot of people may be nervous because of the side effects. And I think, you know, is there some words that you can provide? Because I can tell you, I wasn't nervous. I just was like, okay, I don't know, didn't know what to expect. Because when I got my booster shot, I felt my arm did get sore, and I was knocked out. Like literally, the time I got home, lied in my bed, I was out for 4 hours. I said, what the heck? Because when I got my first vaccination shot, I experienced mild symptoms like cold and headache, and I was kind of, nervous. So, do you have, not saying reassuring words, but, what would you tell our audience about if you have to get the booster shot, not to be afraid to get that?
Yeah, and so I would, just encourage, just like you said, everything that you said, know what to expect. And you may not have any of those things happen to you. Some people will. You may not. Know that and expect that these could happen, so you won't be surprised. If you can get it on a Friday or a Saturday, so that way you'll have the weekend if you don't work to kind of recuperate, to manage any soreness, any of the symptoms that you might have, so you can get the rest if you get that fatigue and whatnot. So those are the things that you can do, and have in your mind and be prepared that these things may happen. And then so make that time available so you'll be able to get the rest that you need after you have the vaccination, after you have the booster, so that if you expect or if you do have that fatigue, then you'll have the situation managed where you're at home and can get comfortable.
And CK Renee, I told you all I was craving was sugar cubes and hay. I just kept saying after I got it. No, but I mean, no, I had no side effects. I actually ended up going to lunch with somebody after I got my booster shot. So,
and it's going to affect each and every one of us differently. Right. But and if you feel okay, then go out, do like you did, and kind of go through your routine and everything. But if sometimes if you have something in your head, then that's how you're gonna feel. And if you're positive about getting it, then nothing will probably happen. But if you have that, notion in your head that something may happen, I'm going to feel sick or I'm going to feel tired, then you probably will, because you've talked yourself into it.
All right, very good. One of our viewers tonight, Joseph, we love him. He said, I'm not anxious about getting this booster. It is safe for me. He got the original 2 shots of Moderna. Joseph is not alone. I know a lot of people that feel like Joseph, like, look, you got me with the first 2 shots. You all are not going to get me again. I did a thing with Howard Brown last Thursday night to dispel some of the myths and rumors. Doc, we trust you. What are some of the things that can help somebody like Joseph and the many people who are not running to get that booster yet?
And so what I would recommend is that, Joseph, that you get the booster. What we're finding out and what we're seeing is that the first 2, their effectiveness starts to wane down beneath that 90 and beneath that 85% of protection after 6 months. And that's why the CDC and Dr. Fauci and the researchers and the scientists are recommending that 6 months after your second dose that you get that booster to help the body remember again and bring you back up to that 90% effectiveness of fighting off the COVID vaccine, or helping your body fight it off if you're exposed to it. So that's the importance. If you got 2 of Pfizer or 2 of Moderna, and now they're saying that we can mix and match, which is okay. But if you go and you have your card and you show them that you got Moderna and they have Moderna available, then get it. But if they don't have it available and all they have is Pfizer, then you can get the Pfizer. It's okay to mix and match. But I want to continue to encourage people to get their booster shot, especially since we're going into the holidays.
Very good. Can we talk real quick about cold and flu season? I understand that the cold and flu are back.
Oh, yes. We dodged it last year in the United States. And I think I mentioned this to you guys before last year while we were going through flu season in the midst of COVID. And we had really low cases of flu in the United States. Typically in the United States, we have about 68,000 to 72,000. That's in a bad flu season. People that die. Usually on average, about 265 of those are children. And so it's very important that the vulnerable get their flu vaccines, particularly the elderly and people who are in community type settings like nursing homes and senior living centers. It's also important that our children under 3 get their flu shot as well. However, like I said, those numbers last year for influenza, for flu, were very low because what were we doing? We were staying in the house. We really weren't, socializing, hanging out with each other, doing a lot of sharing of anything, eating together and doing things like that. And so now, because we have reduced some of those measures, you're going to start to see those numbers of influenza start to tick back up. And I've seen patients that have tested positive for COVID and for influenza.
Wow.
This flu season. So we're having an increase in flu this year showing up with COVID.
Oh boy. Wow. Okay. K. Renee, any closing thoughts for Doctor tonight? I really am very informative.
Absolutely. Dr. Janet, you are always on point. And we've watched you grow and celebrate some milestones in your career. So I'm hoping we'll see you before the new year, but if we don't, thank you so much for providing us with your wisdom and your compassion, and we definitely look forward to seeing you in 2022.
Thank you so much, K. Renee, and always thank you so much for the shout outs on LinkedIn and your social media platforms, letting everybody know that I'm going to be on Chat Daddy Show. I appreciate that. Chat Daddy, you're everything. I love you.
Oh, I love you. I do, Doc. I love you. Before we let you go, Doc, what is your closing message to us all this holiday season? I love and adore you. Every time you're on here, we love and adore you. But leave us with a message that will resonate with these people in the next couple of weeks before we come back in January.
Don't be scared to tell your family members that you're not coming over to their house if you know that there are going to be people there that are not fully vaccinated. If you are hosting, don't be scared to ask people their vaccine status. And if they don't want to share that with you, then you may have to fix a plate and leave it at the door for them. But people really need to be concerned. I don't know how we're going to get out of this in 2022 if we continue to do the same things that we've been doing. You can't keep repeating things and expect a different outcome.
That's called insanity.
Right. I said if I had a few people over, I'm definitely going to do instructions like, listen, you need to prove it. Or go get a test. And it had just become common standard. If you go to the theater here now, to a professional theater production, those people don't even allow you in their building. They have security check you on the sidewalk to make sure you have your ID, your vaccination card, right, and or a negative COVID test. So I think, we all are going to have to end up doing that. And you can go anywhere to get free COVID testing now.
Yes, exactly. And now I hope that eventually in some countries where you go, it's available at no charge. You can just walk into various stores and you can take them home with you, or either they mail them to your home so you can test before you go anywhere. So I would like to see, hopefully, that we'll get to that point where this test is widely available, home testing and everywhere else, not only just in healthcare settings, people in their offices and things like that, the HR person, occupational health, so we can get to the point where we can, test people, find out their status and keep moving.
Very good. All right, Doctor, we appreciate you so much. Beautiful holiday tree behind you. You and the tree both sparkling. That's what I love. Yes. Right. Have a wonderful holiday season, you and your family, and we'll see you again in the new year, okay?
Thank you so much. Take care.
We
Love you
love
both.
you. Ladies and
Bye.
gentlemen,
Bye,
Dr.
Dr.
Janet
Janet.
Seabrook, CEO of Community HealthNet of Northwest Indiana, one of our favorites here on the show. We just love and adore her. And she the bombdiggity.com. That's all I can say.
All
That was
that
great
and then some.
information. Great
Yes.
information. All right. Before we run tonight, we said we were going to share with you guys a few little things that you could do if your money is funny and you still want to do great gifts for people this holiday season. I actually came up with a wonderful list of things that you can do. Are you ready?
Yes.
Last minute Christmas gift ideas are very easy and simple. You could actually bake something for someone. Let's say you're great at baking biscuits. Let's say you're great at baking pies like Kay Renee. Whatever the case may be, you can make homemade baked items, cookies, pies, breads, rolls, whatever the case may be. You could also do a pamper box for somebody, which I just love this. You could go get emery board. You could go get a pumice stone. You could get bath salts and beads. A lot of times you can even go places and buy bulk items and put them in smaller bottles that you can personalize. You can also give friends a certificate. So let's say a friend of yours may not have a car or may need to go to the doctor during treatment or whatever. And you say, guess what? 5 of your rides to the doctor are on me. Just coordinate when you want to take the rides. We'll make it happen. And you'd be surprised. Someone who's going through it, having a health issue or a challenge, this would be an amazing gift for them, and it would help them out quite a bit. Kay Renee, you have any homemade things that you would want to do this holiday season for somebody?
You took all of them.
Oh, God, you're kidding me. You're kidding me.
You took all of them because that's what I've done. I mean, I've done the little like with Miss Sylvia D, you know, but did it more homemade. You know, I would try to be more thoughtful to the individual. If I knew they liked a certain nail polish, for instance, I would get that at emery board. You know, something to do with nails or just the body in its sense. So and baking pies, you know, I've done that all the time. So you took all my ideas, but that's okay.
Well, another thing you can do is coffee or tea sets. You know, people are into the K-cups now. There are some supermarkets and stores that sell variety packs or individual K-cups. And you can take those, put them in a mug or hot chocolate and put it in a mug for somebody. And that makes a great gift. You can make lip balm, beauty products. The list goes on. Homemade jewelry. Actually, you can babysit or pet sit for somebody. That makes a great gift. You'd be surprised what you can do to help other people out. So listen, coming up on tomorrow night's show, boy, oh boy, do we have another great show planned tomorrow evening. We'll meet a young lady here in the Chicagoland area. Let me pull up her information. She is Shelley Brown. And she is a edutainer, speaker, author, rock star, mindfulness educator. She is going to talk to us as a Jewish woman, and she considers herself a CCE, Culture, Christmas, Envy. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night. Culturally, when Christmas is not a part of your regiment, we look forward to talking to her tomorrow. She says, have you ever felt like you needed to have the sense of belonging to celebrate Christmas? What happens if you don't celebrate Christmas? And Kay Renee, you and I were both talking about having aunts for religious reasons that don't celebrate Christmas. This is a cultural reason why she does not celebrate Christmas. So I look forward to that tomorrow evening. And then we're going to meet a lady who is a veteran and a phenomenal pastry chef. And she has a wonderful business in the south suburbs that makes edibles. And when I tell you guys, great edibles. And we'll meet her tomorrow night. My girl Lolo, she'll be here and she ships. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, baby. I'm going to just say a pint is all you need. A pint is all you need. Yes. All right. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. All right, dear. What's that nugget of knowledge tonight?
Oh, yes. I spoke about this nugget earlier, and given the circumstances, what we're going through, it's very relevant. As you waste breath complaining about your life, someone out there is breathing their last breath. Always appreciate and be grateful for what you have. And that's Live Your Truth Tuesday. Hashtag never take your life for granted.
Oh my God, that was deep. Drop the mic. Just drop the mic, please. The bloop bloop. Just drop it. Right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You did a great job. For more information about that young lady and all that she does, it's KarensNuggetsOfKnowledge.com. KarensNuggetsOfKnowledge.com. Check her out, support her, and make it all happen. Yes, thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate you. For more information about yours truly, please visit therealchatdaddy.com. Therealchatdaddy.com. That's where you can find out more information about me. Thank you guys so very much. Make sure you come back tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Next Wednesday night is our year-end show, our holiday extravaganza, and we'll be back in the first of the year after that. All right, we love you guys so very much. Have a beautiful and wonderful night. 65 degrees in Chicago tomorrow. Be on your best behavior, Chicago. Please. Right, please. Please, little baby Jesus, please.
Okay, please.
Yes, please be on your best behavior tomorrow, Chicago. We love you guys. Talk to you soon. Be wonderful. Stay fabulous.
Yes.
Good night.
Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.